But for real, who did y'all beat? I'm not even joking. I'm being for real. Who did y'all really beat? Chicago? Y'all ain't beat Chicago?
Callie, Finn, welcome. Happy WNBA Monday. And we've had Courtney Williams here with us, so we love Courtney, but she's getting trolled a little bit for comments she made on the Stud Buds Twitch stream that has taken off. Her and Natisha Heidemann are so hilarious. If you guys have not watched Stud Buds at all, you should definitely tap in. You will be laughing always. But they had Dejanay Carrington on at one point with them earlier in the season, and at the time, the Wings had only won, I think, maybe one game, and so
one win, yeah.
Courtney was asking, well, who's the one win? Who did you beat? And she said, Chicago Sky. That's what that clip was in reference to, and Dejanay's like, no, she's like, you didn't beat the Chicago Sky. And it was just so funny the way Courtney said that. But those words, that clip came back to haunt Courtney a little bit because on Saturday, the Chicago Sky took on the Minnesota Lynx, and the Chicago Sky came out with the dub. Huge win for Chicago, but people were not willing to let Courtney live that down, including me. I definitely posted that clip immediately, but so many accounts did, and also the Chicago Sky socials did as well. So, Courtney had a fun time with it. She said, we got y'all next, and they do. They actually play tonight again, so we get to see a rematch, but they also just, in fairness to the Lynx, they played already this season, and the Lynx did win that game, but it was a close game. But you'll see here, she said, Chicago Sky, y'all ain't beat Chicago. And then Courtney Williams, oh, y'all were waiting. We back at it Monday, run it back. So it should be a really fun game tonight, Callie.
Yeah, you can't say Courtney Williams wasn't a good sport about it, because that comment is in really good fun. That's how this is all supposed to be. But I do think you're talking about how major this win was. It was this guy's first win against a team with a winning record this season.
So the number one team in the league.
Yeah, so what a way to do that. But I do think, the Sky really came out and set the tone. They had 57 points in the first half. Ariel Atkins was 9 of 11 from the floor to start. She finished with the game high 27 points. Then you get doubles from Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. You get a clutch bucket from Rachel Band. It was just, I really enjoyed watching the game. And I do think that I really, this was a good game to watch. And I do think what you're saying, I don't know if you even mentioned this, but I do think with the Lynx, they played, I don't even know how many games. I have it somewhere in my notes.
Amount of games.
It's a lot of games in the past 2 weeks or so. And so I do think there were moments where I was watching it and I'm like, oh, their defense looks bad. And post game, even Nafisa Collier was like, we just didn't have the effort. And she did talk about scheduling. I don't think she was using it as an excuse. I'm pretty sure she was just asked about it. But I do think that that maybe played a role in his outcome. But obviously all credit goes to the Sky. They balled. And this is what you want to see from them. And it's a great way. It's a statement win,
Definitely a statement win. And I did tweet about the Minnesota Lynx and the fact that, their schedule, that they've played a really large number of games within a short amount of time. I want to say, I think it's 22 games.
Okay, I found it. 11th game in 21 days. So it's not terrible, but it was a tight turnaround, I think, just in the stretch that they were in.
No, it is. And they've played, they're tied with only two other teams right now for the most games played in the WNBA, and they're going to play again tonight. So, the schedule has been a little difficult for them. It's been unfair. And we're not making excuses either for them, and we know the players don't. But also the fact that the players are playing more games this season, that they're having less time to recover, it's been a topic all year. So, of course, fatigue is a factor. Plus, we're not even counting the fact that they played in the Commissioner's Cup, which is not in the standings, so they played like an additional extra game. So in fairness to them, they have played a lot of games. And like we said, they already beat Chicago one time this season. So, you know, their matchups, even dating back to last year, have always been like pretty close. In the preseason, they were close. So I just think we're in for another good matchup. That Angel Reese, Napheesa Collier matchup is really fun. They were both going at each other. So that's a really fun matchup. Yeah. So look, this is a great win for Chicago. And I think it reflects their improvement that they've been having so far. You know, like, you know, it's not just Angel, and we'll talk about Angel in a minute, but I mean, you talked about Rachel Banham. Since she's been inserted into the starting lineup, she's been huge. Camila Cardozo and Angel Reese, both with double-doubles in yesterday's game, right? I mean, huge. I mean, without Camila, Angel's been like crazy on the boards. I think she had 6 games with 15-plus assists, but now, here you go, Camila 17 and 15, Angel 19 and 11, both efficient. I mean, this is great to get this from the Skyscrapers, and after the game, Angel talked about the fact that she thinks that they're the best young core, and that someone, she didn't say who, said that they weren't. And so she said they took that personally, you know, and they believe they are the best young core. I can't really argue with her, you know? I mean, I don't know how we're doing this. Are we combining positions? Are we like just looking at front court? But like, they're definitely one of, if not the best, one of the best young cores. And so that was a great game from them. And I'm going to also shout out Ariel Atkins specifically, who you talked about already, who was their leading scorer. But because I've been pretty critical of the trade for Ariel Atkins. So when Angel sort of yesterday said, a lot of people said she was washed. I've never said that about her. But 27 points yesterday, 3 rebounds and 2 steals. And, you know, Ariel had a quote talking about her need to be aggressive, Callie. And she's correct. Like, whenever she is aggressive, and that doesn't always mean scoring, right? But when she's aggressive, the points are going to come. But when she's aggressive for the sky like this, they play well. You know, she talked about the mid-range being what she loves, but above all, I gotta be aggressive. That's how we get going. And she's so correct. If I'm more aggressive throughout the game, I know it opens up things for my teammates. It absolutely does. And it opens up things for her bigs, and then they can just dominate in the post, right? And also, you know, with Angel Reese in this like point forward role that she's been in, it opens up passing lanes for her. I mean, it just does so much when Ariel Atkins is playing like this. And so their improvement, they've lost some close games, and it's like come down to the end. Their improvement, I think you saw it all. Like, this was, you know, Saturday, what we saw in that game was sort of the display of what we've been seeing them work towards. And I'm not saying like they're going to keep beating the Minnesota Lynx and they're going to go on this long win streak, but they've been playing better. It's shown in their play. And I do expect the Chicago Sky to start winning some more games.
Yeah, I mean, I want to touch on what you said about this guy's young core, because I mean, I think back to draft night last year when Camila Cardozo goes, she said, like, ain't nobody going to get no rebounds on us. She was talking about herself and Angel Reese, and she was right. I mean, when Napheesa Collier was asked about the problem that, you know, led to the loss, she talked about scoring in the paint because of rebounding and second chance points. Well, guess what? The Sky won that battle 45-28 on the boards, right? And Angel Reese and Camila Cardozo combined for 26 of those rebounds. So it's like, that's like the ideal outcome. That's kind of like what, you know, that's exactly what you want to see. Like, you can't like draw that up any better. And so it is exciting to kind of like think about the potential of this young core, headlined by Angel and Camila.
For sure. And look, this is like a great win to top off the run that Angel Reese has been on, because what a hell of a run it's been, Callie, okay? First of all, I already mentioned she had 6 games with 15 plus rebounds, okay? And the scoring was also in the double digits. Her rebounding gets talked about all the time, but she was putting the ball in the basket and she was doing it efficiently, right? Also, her assists have been up. So she's been playing incredible. She's on this incredible tear. And then 2 games ago, Callie, she drops the announcement before the game, signature shoe. We knew a signature shoe was coming for her from Reebok, but her signature shoe, it was announced, right? And so it's like, holy crap, Angel Reese. The Angel Reese won, right? And this is the colorway for it. And
I love this picture too.
I know, it's a great picture. And so she showed up later that night at the game walking the runway, and I loved her fit and the look. It was like a picture, and she had like the shoe over her shoulder. Like, this is just so, like, she ate. Like, what else can you say about her? Like, she just does not miss. She looks incredible here, right? And so if that wasn't enough, Callie, the same day of this announcement, we get the announcement that she's the next cover athlete for NBA 2K26, the WNBA edition. So another like, she's just the cover girl, right? And so that announcement comes out, and it's like, wow. And so, and then on top of it, she's wearing the shoes, the new signature shoes in that image, Callie. So that was pretty dope. And at the arena, they had shirts for her that showed the fact that she had the 2K26 cover. Just really dope kind of like run for Angel Reese right now. And, you know, there was a lot of chatter about Angel Reese at the beginning of the season. Those who choose to hate on her and talk about her. Some being, you know, really disingenuous and starting drama in the media with posts and things that they're saying about her. And I won't even get into all that and address it. Callie, you know what I'm talking about, and whoever's tuned into this segment will know what I'm talking about. But this is so impressive from Angel Reese.
Yeah.
To think about, and we talked about it last week, how her season started with some of the struggles in the first 8 games, to turn her season around like this, to make the WNBA All-Star this year for a second year in a row, and then also the covers and the signature shoe. I mean, kudos to Angel Reese.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the accolades, and they come amid a stretch. She's recording 8 straight double-doubles. Like, as this is all going on, like you kind of alluded to it, she's being very effective, but she leads the WNBA in total rebounds with 255. Like, I know people, I mean, she has really taken ownership of this whole, like, me bounds thing. It's a good example of people trying to, like, you know, belittle her, I guess, in ways, but she's really taking control of that. And it's like, even if you take that out, and I've said this a million times, like, she leads the league in defensive rebounds with 176. I just want to make that clear, because I just feel like that's something that might come up. And it's like, you can't even mess with her in that way, but it's like,
but your point about the defensive rebounds, Callie, is that even if you just looked at her defensive rebounds only, she would still lead the league in rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I haven't looked at that. I just know she's leading the league in defensive
rebounds.
rebounds.
I'm telling. That's what I'm saying. That's the cool point about it. That, like, even if you took those and just, like, she'd still be leading.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Exactly. So to me, it's like, you know, this is the time where it's like, it's almost like I don't know. I think it's a good time to, like, look at everything that she's kind of up against and still excelling. Like, I think that is something that I respect and admire so much, because I mean, you've seen post-game press conferences where Angel's like in tears talking about how it can be difficult, right? To deal with all of this, like, vitriol and just a lot of negativity, but she's handled it so well. I mean, she's the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 40 double-doubles. She's only played 44 WNBA games.
Tied with,
like, is that
Tina Charles, I think.
I mean, 54.
So,
54. She only played 54 WNBA games. But that means, okay, let we do the math. She has a double-double in 74% of the games that she has played in the league. Like, is that not ridiculous?
Silliness.
Like, I feel like those are the things that we should be talking about. And yes, it's amazing that she's doing it while also showing, like, you can walk and chew gum too. I heard Ari Chambers say that. Like, that's what she's doing. Like, she's performing at a high level on the court, but then she's doing all these amazing things off the court. The signature shoe, like, fashion, and, you know, 2K26 cover. Like, this is... It's a great, I think, example. And I think that it's just really cool to watch.
Only 2 players, I think, to 40 rebounds in 40 double-doubles in a 2-year span. Mm-hmm. The other is Tina Charles. Angel Reese ties her. We know that number is going to go up. When you're in company with Tina Charles, that's really, really great company to be in. So shout out to Angel Reese. I've seen some conversations about whether or not she is the best rebounder ever, and I don't think it's too premature to start saying that. And so
I don't think so either.
Like, when her career is all said and done, woo. But we know we will be talking about Angel Reese more here because she's incredible. So shout out to you, Angel. We love giving you flowers over here. Keep doing what you're doing and making the haters mad. And y'all make sure you stay tuned into the WNBA on NBC. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because you're going to get the best conversations here and keep you all the way updated on everything happening in the league.